think it's a Carol of Bells. Hi, I'm Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things. And you are here for 365 days of soap. And today on the soap table, we are making a soap from the Game of Soaps line. Now, this is a line that I've been doing for about 4 years now, and I love it. I am a huge George R.R. Martin fan. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. And as I've probably said before, whenever I have the ability to actually put my, lit geek stuff into my soaps, I totally do the thing. So this particular bar is the Tarcleanyen, which is modeled after House Targaryen, as you would think. And it is an activated charcoal bar with cool flame pattern in it, and it smells of dragon's blood. I mean, how much more on the nose can you get? This is a beautiful soap. I love making this soap. I never have any problems with this one, but let's go check it out and see if I just jinxed myself and I end up with nothing but problems. Okay, today we have the Tarcleanyen on the soap table, and it is another flame soap, which is what I showed you with the Aries bar. And I guess I'm doing a lot of flame soaps. I love flame soaps. I don't actually even think it's called a flame soap. Like, I don't think that's what the pour is named. It's probably named something like the Mantra Swirl or something. I don't know. It looks like a flame and looks like fire, so I call it a flame soap. Anyway, the particular bar that we are doing today, the Tarcleanyen, it is called Ash and Mud in the line, and it is made primarily out of activated charcoal as the clay, and then we have the 3 colors that we will swirl into a very literal, flame pattern throughout the side of the bar. And the essential oil blend that we are using for this is a dragon's blood. Now, dragon's blood is great. It's such an earthy, really great scent. I love it. It's very, hippie, and that's cool. But unfortunately, dragon's blood essential oil blend, it can accelerate trace rather quickly, and that combined with the activated charcoal, it really accelerates trace, and it also discolors the soap batter or the soap when it's all cured to a very dark brown. Yeah, that. Oh my god, I am a disaster. Like, I don't even know why I didn't cut that out. Right, it's just an example of, my life every day. There's the thing. Anyway, so because the dragon's blood discolors, I will not be putting that into the 3 colored sections of this batter. The reason for that is I don't want those 3 colors to discolor, really. So I want them to stay there nice, pretty, bright yellow, orange, and red. And so in order to do that, I'm going to not put any dragon's blood in those 3. So everything will go into the pot of the black, which means that there's a little bit too much essential oil in the black for the soap to actually handle, so it will accelerate trace even more. So you're going to see the black getting thicker while the yellow, the orange, and the red all stay a nice, really fluid, delightful soap batter that's easy to pour and all that awesome jazz. Now, with this pour, we are going to be doing a wall pour to do the flames. And hopefully this time I will not drip, you know, a whole bunch of the wrong color soap down the center of the bar like I did with the Aries bar. But you know, time will tell. You did just watch me drop the beaker into the big pot, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, once the colorants have been all mixed up and ready to go, we are then going to scent the black portion, because I do like putting in my essential oils, my scent or whatever, absolutely last because of acceleration. So right before I'm ready to pour is when I mix in my essential oils. It's a very good pro tip for people who are getting into the soaping game. It's a good idea to do that last. There are lots of other tips for essential oils and oils in general to heat them up and do the things and, you know, whatever to make your batter really fluid, but that's not for today's video. Let's pour. Okay, now on to the pour. We are going to put the majority of the black activated charcoal soap batter into the mold at this point. We are using a slab mold. And I'm going to reserve just a little bit to sort of use in the middle after I've put the 3 colors along the sides, just in case I need to push those colors, you know, back towards the side walls there. I don't want the entire bar to be one big flame. I do want the elements of black to show up on the top of the bar. So that's why I reserved some black. And that is a wall pour, my friends. That's what you do. You literally just take a nice fluid, lightweight, thin soap down the edge of your mold, so along the side, and then you add the other color, you know, on top of it, and it will push out the first color, and then you can continue doing that over and over and over again as much as you would like. And that actually, in different, you know, molds, it creates different designs, and it's really cool. Wall pours are very, very fun to play with, and I probably do some element of a wall pour in the majority of my soaps, mostly just so I'm not breaking the plane of soap underneath. Now on this side I'm doing a little different, because there are, you know, multiple ways that you can put soap into a mold, and yeah, so let's show you that. Instead of going from yellow to red, we'll go from red to yellow, and just very carefully put the 3 colors, you know, right next to each other. The problem with this one is it does get too far out into the middle of the soap, really, and then that's when you really need, you know, your leftover main base color to bring it all together. And I think I said this in the Aries bar pour, the proper way or whatever to do this is to use dividers that would run the length of the mold, and you would put your 3 colors inside the divider plane and then, you know, take it out and swirl it into the base. But I'm not gonna. I do it this way. And the way on the right is easier, I think. I still got black. What is with me and black? Whatever. Anyway, you look how thick this is getting here. It's definitely thickening up quite a bit, the black portion. The other 2 or 3, they're still beautiful. They're still nice and fluid, and going to allow me plenty of time to do some really awesome swirls with the actual 3, you know, vibrant colors there. Now, this is the only soap in the Game of Soaps line that doesn't get stamped with like a house sigil. And that is because of the cragginess of the top of this soap. And I want, you know, I like the cragginess, but unfortunately with my soap stamps, it doesn't quite show up. So it makes it very tough to actually stamp these bars. But you know, this one totally stands on its own. You look at it and you can tell, well, that's a Targaryen bar. That is the Tarcleanyen for sure. Now, I showed you 2 different ways of sort of swirling the 2 before you swirl it bigger into, you know, the base of the soap. And that right there on the right, before I start swirling it with the chopstick and making it bigger, that's pretty in and of itself. And I think I'm totally going to do a soap with just that pattern and not, you know, doing the further swirl. So, you know, if you don't see it soon, remind me of it, because I think it would be cute to just do that. It would be sort of like a modified peacock, but without having to use that weird peacock nail foot thing. More on that later. But yeah, this guy will cure up overnight. We will of course pop it. We want those colors to be beautiful, and then we will cut it into soaps tomorrow. Okay, day 2. It is cut day, and this slab is going to be turned into 12 bars of soap. Now with this particular thing, it is a hand cut, and it's just over 15 inches, so everything is like 2.58 inches per, whatever. And I use my tape measure for that because, yeah, that's what I do. Tape measures are so handy. They're awesome, and it's perfect for soft soap because you can just, push the little thing on the end into it, and there you go. You've got your cut line. And yep, 6, good. I figured it out. And we will just, again, it's a hand cut for this, and I'm reasonably good at hand cuts these days. I used to be very, very bad at it. This one isn't too terrible, but it's still not completely uniform and perfect. But for a line like Game of Soaps, that completely works because you're dealing with like a rustic, fantasy land at that point. And so completely perfect soaps would make 0 sense whatsoever in a line like that. So, it can be craggy, they can be sort of different sized. As long as the weight is good on them, then it's good. Ship it. Now, with the Tarcleanyen bar, this guy, the oil blend that we have in him is, I don't know why is it a him? Tarcleanyen, Targaryen, Daenerys, it should be a girl. Yeah. Anyway, the oil blend, like the botanical oils that we have in this is a 50-50 split of coconut oil for the hard oil, and then we have grapeseed oil, avocado oil, and some olive oil for the liquids. Now, because of the 50-50 split, it does take a little bit longer to cure up than other soaps. So this one is going to be soft for, about a week, which doesn't really matter because it still has to be cured for 4 weeks before I can sell it. But, that's just something to keep in mind when you are figuring out your stock and your inventory and all that jazz, should you be making soap. That is a very tall bar. I definitely did not cut, down the middle on that one. Oops. But yeah, something to keep in mind with when you're building your inventory, or when you're looking at, ordering soaps too. When, things are out of stock, it's really because I didn't plan my inventory very well, and I should have made this bar, 4 weeks ago. And then it wouldn't have been out of stock on the website. But it's back in stock now. Like the entire Game of Soaps line is at this exact moment totally in stock, which is cool. We actually just launched a brand new bar to the Game of Soaps line. It is the Unsullied. It's, our Game of Soaps, it's called the Unscented, and it is really cool. I love it. And you'll have to check it out on the website because I'm not making it right now. We're making the Tarcleanyen bar, and look how beautiful it is. It's gorgeous. I love the flame patterns. This is such a delightful bar to make and cut and sniff and look at and sell. It's amazing. It's so pretty. I didn't mess it up. I really do usually mess up slab molds. It's, I guess I'm reasonably 2 for 2 at this point. I haven't messed, one up in a disastrous way yet. So look at me go. And look at the Tarcleanyen go. That is day 30 of 365 days of soap. No problems with this bar. None whatsoever. It is an absolutely beautiful design. I love making this bar. The dragon's blood is such a rich, deep, sensual, spicy scent that is just a delightful essential oil blend all around. And whenever I can put it into soaps, I totally do. The sad thing about dragon's blood is that it does discolor soaps to a really, really dark brown. But in this case, since we're using, the activated charcoal, because the bar is called Ash and Mud instead of Fire and Blood, it totally works. And that was the first in the Game of Soap series that I've shown to you, and I hope you liked it. I hope you had a good time. And if you have any questions or anything about the bar or the pour itself, feel free to drop them below. If you would like to purchase the Game of Soaps, the Tarcleanyen, or any of the other, at this point we have 6 Game of Soaps. So you can find those at soapandplay.com, and you can find me on all social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that jazz. And thank you so much for coming and hanging out for another round of 365 days of soap. I am glad you're along for the ride. I'm glad I'm still along for the ride. Honestly, I'm surprised that I've made it this far, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks.